Hi, in today's video I've got another idea for a card using the Snowman Seasons from Stampin' Up. Now I've not made the card, so I'm just going to take you through my thought process. So I want to use this stamp set and I want to use this little snowman here. I may use the Let It Snow, and I'm also thinking that I might use the snowflakes. So I've got these three stamps already mounted up onto some blocks just here on the side. I've got a piece of thick A4 Whisper White, which I've cut straight down the middle on the short side, scored and folded, and that's going to be my base card. I've got two scraps of Pool Party and a piece of Whisper White regular. These are going to be used for stamping and cutting out some shapes using the ScanNCut. I've got some Pool Party ink. I've also got some black Memento ink because I'm thinking of stamping my snowman in this, because I may do a little bit of colouring with some blends. So I've got Pool Party Light and I've got Calypso Coral Light, and that's as far as I've got so far. Oh, and a little sponge, which I may or may not need. So the first thing I'm going to do is bring in the ScanNCut. I'm going to come to Patterns, and I'm going to get to the basic shapes, and I'm going to scroll down to page 3 and choose a circle. I'm going to make the circle 1.5 inches. And I'm going to say 2 and set. I'm going to get one of the circles, come back into the editing icon, come to the box that allows me to adjust the size, and I'm going to make this one 1 3/4 inches, so 1.75. So the circle that's 1.5 inches, I'm just going to put over on this side of my mat at the moment, and the one that is 1.75 I'm going to put up here. I'm going to say OK. OK, and then go to add. Then I'm going to go into the fonts section, and I'm going to choose this font here on the bottom right. Now on my machine, which is a CM900, it's font number FO-A006. I'm going to choose that. I'm going to leave the letters on capitals, and I'm going to choose S, N and W and say OK. And then I'm going to click set, and I'm just going to bring them down here for a minute. Now I'm going to come into the editing icons. I could have changed the size on the previous page, but I'm going to do it this way. So I've got the 3 letters selected. I'm going to come into the box that lets me adjust the size again. And with them all selected, I'm going to make the height 1.75. Just for now. I may have to adjust the width, I'm not sure. Just needed to move it away from the edge of the mat, or else it won't expand in size. So they are now 1.75 inches high, which is the same size as one of my circles. But if I add the width of those 3 together, already is 4.5 inches, and then I've got a circle that's 1.75, so this may be too big to go on the front of my card. So I'm going to choose the letters. I'm going to come to the box here that lets me alter the width and height independently, and I'm going to leave the height on 1.75. I'm going to take the width down to about 4 inches. So I've got the 3 letters there, the circle that's 1.75 there, and a circle over here that's 1.5. And I'm going to say OK. So I'm going to load up some card onto my mat, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with it next. Okay, so I'm going to load this into the machine. So I've got a piece of Whisper White regular on the right hand side of my mat, and I've got 2 pieces of Pool Party. I'd probably get all this on one of these, but I'm loading up 2 just to save some time. I'm going to say OK, and then I'm going to come to the background scan and I'm going to say go. So I'm not sure how well you'll see this, but I can see it. So I've got the word, the letters SNW here, and I've got my circle, and they will all fit onto one of these pieces of Pool Party, so that's fine. And then I've got my 1.5 inch circle, and with that 1.5 inch circle selected, I'm just going to go back to the editing icon and I'm going to say 2 and put 2 on the mat just in case I mess up with my stamping. So I'm going to say OK. And I'm just going to make sure my blade is set to where I want it to be. And I'm going to say OK and cut. Okay, that's finished. I'm going to unload the mat. So I'm just going to peel away the scraps of the card. I'm just going to bend the mat slightly and my shapes will pop off. Okay, so I'm just going to use the bone folder and fold that crease on my card to help it lie flat. I'm bringing in my piercing mat because the stamps I'm using are photopolymer and they don't have their own inbuilt cushioning, so this will just give me a little bit of extra cushioning in the hope that I can just get a nice impression with my snowman. Right, so I've inked him up in Memento Tuxedo Black and I'm just going to try and stamp him on this circle. And I know I'm not going to get everything in because I've only cut a 1.5 inch circle and the total size of this image is probably nearer to a 2.5. But as I say, I've not made this, so I don't actually know what I'm doing. I'm just taking you along with me. So with my Calypso Coral and the bullet end, I'm just going to colour in his little carrot nose. And then using my light Pool Party, I'm just going to go round the edge of his body. Just to give him a little bit of colour and a bit of grounding on the bottom. So my idea is I'm going to layer him up onto my Pool Party circle. So I'll bring in some snail. And layer that up like so. And then with my words, I'm thinking I'm going to put S, N, use him as my O, and then my W. So I've got something like this, but I think it might need some snowflakes, and I don't know whether I want to add some designer series paper or not. I'm not sure. Or whether to just literally leave it like this. And then I was thinking about stamping the Let It Snow, but I might not bother. I might do there's a Merry Christmas in this stamp set. I might do the Merry Christmas and just stamp it on the bottom. So I think I'll bring in the pool party. And I think I will stamp some snowflakes. So I'm just going to bring in some scrap just to see how they look. And let's assemble my letters again and see. As I say, it's, you know, just an idea I had in my head. And I'm just trying it out with you. I might pop that bit up. I might pop it all up yet, I'm not sure. But let's see how we're looking. Might need to put this a little bit higher. So I could maybe do with a few more snowflakes up here. And maybe down in this corner as well. And then to tie it in, I think I will use the Merry Christmas, and I'll do it in tuxedo black. So I'll put that one away, the Let It Snow. And I'll bring in a bigger block. Stamp this up. Bring my piercing mat back in. And see how this looks. That looks good. I'm going to bring the pool party ink back in and bring in a sponge. Now you can buy these in my online shop. I think they're in packs of 3 from memory, and you just, you know, chop them up into quarters or into 6, whatever you like. And I'm just adding a little bit of ink just to the edges. It might just help the letters pop off the page a little bit better, and I'm just trying to make sure I don't get any ink on my fingers, which invariably I will do, and I'll get it all over my card. Just go around the edge of the pool party as well. So let me get that sponge out of the way. Get rid of that ink. So if I turn all my letters over, bring in my piercing tool and just add some dimensionals onto these. I was thinking about sticking these flat and mounting up the circle, but I think I'll just pop them all up and see how it looks. Okay, I think that'll do. So I'll just remove all these backings and then I'll be back. Okay, so let's see how we are doing now. So I think if I put the little snowman there, I'm not going to press him down at the moment because I may need to move him. There you go. So I've got those positioned now fairly centrally to the card. And then I think just for one final bit of extra, I'll bring in some basic rhinestone jewels and I'll pop these into the middle of some of the snowflakes. Okay, so there you have it. So basic shapes using the ScanNCut, some font from the ScanNCut, little bit of stamping and some Whisper White card and a little bit of bling. So that's it. What do you think? Leave me a comment under the video letting me know what you think and whether you're going to try it if you've got this stamp set or not. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, please. It does help my channel get out there so that more people can find me. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.